I'm really pleased today that Momo's come all the way from Montreal to speak to us today about his technological practice and questions of identity formation and how people write their histories and construct their identities through technology. So it's with great pleasure that I welcome Momo, who is a professional musician, professional video maker, and internet celebrity. So I give you Momo.
Well, let me look at you guys first of all here. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm now going to do something I've always wanted to do my whole life, my big fantasy. Momo from the TheMomoZone. Humor me. Can you guys say that? Shit, man, my whole life I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to kind of be a teacher, you know, but I never really finished school. And my whole life I was into entertainment. I remember when I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, the very first time they come on. I was just a little kid. And I knew right there, that 1 second, when I saw that, my head blew up. I knew something was running through my veins. I knew something was different. I knew something big was going to happen. My father passed away when I was 15 years old, left me in a pretty messed up place. You guys are really into technology, and in those days I had zero technology. MIDI had just basically come out. There was no real computers. When my father passed away, I decided that I was going to become a rock star. I was going to try and become a rock star anyways. So I just lived my dream. I kept writing music, and I had a knack for improvisation. A knack for being able to just look at somebody, look at something, and say, I can read you, I can feel you. What are you thinking of?
Sleeping.
You're sleeping? Are you tired? Am I boring you already?
No.
Okay. And I knew that I had the ability to be able to pick off of people's emotions, but how do you express that? What does that all mean? A lot of people, they think, they got ideas, and shit gets done. Why? Because they think too much. Music helped me understand a really important thing. Everything is about putting stuff together. Everything is an illusion. But it's real. If you're creating an illusion and you can't back that illusion up, then you're fake. If you're creating the illusion in order to forward yourself, because you have an idea, you have a belief in yourself that there's something that you want to do, but you're being stopped by the politics, by that wall of committees and shit that you have to navigate through in order to get your dream to the top of the chain, what do? You reinvent yourself. Independence. You know who creates independence? We create independence. We create independence ourselves. You know what the tools are? Our minds and the tools that are available to us. That is what the amazing thing is. What can you do with the computer? What can you do with a text? What can you do with a message? What can you do with your ideas? But do you take the time to mark those things down? Do you take the time to go out and really figure out what it is you want? I'm pushing 50. I'm doing pretty good. I do what I want. I'm independent. I'm self-made. I've never taken a lesson, and I finished school in grade 7. You know what I mean? So I got to tell you that you guys are real lucky. You guys are in a place right now where technology is at its finest point. I know technology is changing, and I know that there's always an upside and a downside to everything. But right now, before the change over the guards, shall I say, right? This is where you guys get your shit together. 100%. Because the possibilities are all yours. Right there, in your hand. The only thing that stops you is you. Period. Nothing else. I realize that helping people is where it's at. Why is helping people where it's at? Let me tell you how that shit works for me. Very, very simple. I believe that if you have a whole lot of people that are wishing you good luck and that are happy for you, that your personal energy is that much stronger. If you're by yourself and nobody gives a damn about you, then how can you increase your own personal stuff? So I know that becoming a motivator and going out, God bless you, to take the time to help people and answer their letters. I get 1,000 emails a day. I've lost my arm twice to major tendonitis from trying to answer 600 emails a day. It doesn't quite work. Because of that, I feel that my personal luck, my ideas and everything come to the surface that much more. Why? This is no voodoo. This is no hocus pocus. This is no God stuff. This is open-ended stuff, right? What is it? You got thousands of people that are wishing good luck and that are happy to you. Guess what that means? I'm that much more powerful. I feel safe. I feel secure. I got to tell you, once you guys pass 40, you're going to realize something changes. Something truly changes. There's a calmness that comes into your body and your head, right, that turns you into something that you've always wished you could do, but you got to have the balls to go out there and do it. Guys, you got to be open-minded, and you got to use the available technology to your total advantage. I mean, hell, the day that Macintosh started giving away the whole iLife shtick with that entire computer that is now affordable, whereas it didn't used to be, they opened up the doors for a new generation of artistes, okay? Digital artistes. People that are going to come out, little kids that are putting together, you know, little movies and stuff like that. This whole YouTube generation is the new way of thinking. Think about it. I was talking with this very nice young lady over there before, and we were saying how funny it is. Everybody's on text mode, right? Text, and my God, what has happened to our language? It's shrunk down to LOL and a bunch of other short little abbreviations. And now, is that good? Why are we doing that? Are we speeding up time? Are we saving time? No, we're not saving time. Are you making more room in your head for something else by doing that? By not finishing your words? What gives? I can't tell you that that's going to work to our advantage. Speed is important because I live off of speed. Today, by the end of this class, I'm going to show you guys how you just do something in 1 hour. Bath it off. Full interview, full rock video, full web page, full thing. It's just going to happen. Why? Who stops you? You, not me. I'm here to make this happen. But you guys got to want to make it happen for yourselves. Some of you want to be painters. Some of you want to be designers, artists. But you've got to be able to promote yourselves. You've got to be able to reinvent yourselves at any given moment. I don't read too many books. I don't look at no newspapers. I don't watch the news. I don't need to. What I do is I surround myself by what I consider to be the most intelligent and inspiring people. These people feed me, and through them I feed myself, and the thing just keeps going back and back and back. I think that this is an amazing thing to incorporate into whatever it is that you guys use as your own personal approach. What do you do exactly? What's your dream in here?
Sculpture.
Sculpture?
Multiple things.
Okay. Such as?
Painting, sculpture, printmaking, music, set painting.
Okay. That's it. We're going to talk about that. That's an interesting thing. When you like a lot of things, that can also be your greatest friend or your worst enemy. Definition. People do not like not being defined. They do not like understanding that you're everything and not one thing. Hence, why I had to reinvent my name, right? Very simple. What are you? I have to say I'm a multimedia artist. If I don't say I'm a multimedia artist and I tell you I'm a director, I'm an editor, I'm a producer, I'm a musician, I'm a guitar, bass, drums, things, I could do this, I could do that, I could do anything. So, that's no good. I had a major guy in the music business look at me one time and say, you know what, you got so much talent, but I don't know where to place you. And that went, bing! I was telling Dr. Kenneth over here. You like that, eh? I like that. I like that. He likes that. Sorry, man, that just took me off to the... And this guy was telling me, you know, you just have to focus. So by giving myself that multimedia artist name, and same for Creela, because she's very, you know, she can do tons of things. We only focus on that. I got some people that don't even know I do music. And for the first time in my life, that feels awesome. It's like, wow, they think I'm like just a video director, or they think I just do this. I can't tell you what kind of a powerful tool this is. Rule number one, people, when you're talking to people to try and get your art or your message across, stick to the rule. Do not divert and think that you're becoming friendlier or closer to this person by doing so. You are not. You are only separating the line of pinpoint focus. The focus is ruined. It's the peak moment, and then you lose it. Let's talk about disassembling and reassembling people's identities for a second. Now, what does that mean? That works on many levels. How would you reinvent yourself? Let's say you wanted to reinvent yourself tomorrow morning. What would you do?
I wouldn't be here.
Okay. What's stopping you?
I'd be in another country if I was going to reinvent myself. It's easier when there's nobody around that knows who you were before.
Okay. But let's say you couldn't leave here. How can you reinvent yourself without everybody thinking, oh, look, she's trying to be all different on me and shit? Like, what's...
I think you'd have to change your mindset.
Very important. Mindset can do an amazing thing. I'm not talking about starting to paint your nail or dressing like a punk or wearing a mohawk here. There are other ways to reinvent yourself. The content on its own is the proof that you guys deliver to yourselves and to the people you're trying to make sense to. I always like to say, show me what you got. Show me your stuff. What do you got? You're going to pull something out of a back pocket you wrote on a napkin? You got a piece of paper down in your drawer in the corner over there, or stuffed in the bottom of your locker that's an idea you wrote down, but did you actually do something with it? This is a really good question. Like, I mean, how many of you people have ideas that just sit there and you don't do anything with? Everybody here is an actual, really, how many people do everything they really want to be doing over here?
Not everything.
You can never do everything. You can only plan to do those things you want to do at the right given time, because everything is about timing. There's only 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week. You can make doing your laundry a major experience if you want. It all depends how you take those other chores. The chores that you have to do every single day to get to your real dream. People get that stuff all interconnected and all mixed up, and before they know it, their laundry is mixing in with their internet and their emails and their dreams and their goals, and you've lost focus. That's what this technology is there for, to help you focus, to use it to your advantage, to reinvent yourself. You could take any one of your dreams, define it. It usually starts with a mission statement. Usually starts with defining exactly what it is you're trying to do. Text does amazing things when you incorporate it with pictures and a web page and some moving image. For the average person out there that needs to be defined, why do you want to explain to them when you can just punch a .com and have them show up and they understand everything right there? You can show people what they want to see, or better yet, what you want them to see. Because if you don't, some producer dude is going to come in here and tells you what he thinks is best for you. And usually, that's not the best move. Create. You guys are artists. You guys are here to create. But it's not just about creating. It's about turning that creation into your life. It's about sharing stuff with other people so that you get that feedback that gives you that thing that makes you feel like a real artist. Because the first thing an artist wants is recognition. Anybody who is into art to just say, I'm going to make $1 million right now, guess what? Get out of it. Not going to happen unless you are a very, very, very well business mind person. Because you've got to make, most artists are not necessarily good businessmen. I've had to back away from my art in order to understand business better. I've always been good at combining the both, but you can never do it all. I've just, over the last couple of years, learned the art of delegation. You know what I mean? For my own company, when I was working for other people, I was fortunate to have people that were underneath me that I can tell what to do, but when you got your own company, it's not always easy in the beginning to get yourself 2 or 3 assistants. We're up to 3 people right now. We're a small company, but we're booked around the clock. Delivering is only about the moment. Delivering is about the format, right? Who the hell said you have to be great at everything before you go out and do this? No, guess what? I always tell people this. A song, it's like 3.5 minutes long. All you got to do, and it's 3 chords. All you got to do is be able to do it once, right? Do it once with all the right food group of proper stuff. If you can do it once, you can do it 10 times. If you can do it 10 times, you have an album. What's the problem? There is no problem, right? When you look at a big complicated piece of gear, like a big mixing board, it goes from here to here. My God, look, there's 10,000 buttons on it. This shit looks like NASA. Guess what, people? It's an illusion. 1 strip all the way down the side, 1 inch going up the top. You learn that 1 strip, it's the whole thing. It's just a big multiplication. It's an illusion. That's it. You know, so what is stopping us? You got to figure out what it is your art is going to be. Reinvent yourself so that people understand who you are. You can't go out and trust people and say, hey, turn me into something. No. Could happen. If that happens to you because you happen to be at the right place in the right time, then that's wonderful. But if it isn't, guess what? You guys are going to be a slave to society, or you build your own business. What more can you ask for? The power of you pulling off your own stuff. But you really do got to think about it, because if you don't, you're going to do what every other artist do. You're going to turn around and around and around, and you're going to get lost in your own stuff because I'm not ready yet, or I'm not good enough. I just got to figure out one more thing. Or I'll be ready next week. but something comes up and then next week I'll be there again. You guys can't do that. I love when people say they have no inspiration. You know why? Because I say, no means nothing. That means you have nothing, right? I say, isn't nothing a fantastic subject? I can think of a million things to do on nothingness, right? Because it's always right in front of us. We just don't take the time to reach out and grab it. Look, white, green, red, oh hell, what does that make you think of? It's right there, but we don't use it. I'm an autonomous guy. I'm full of information because I choose to go learn it myself. Nobody tells me what to do. I do it because I love seeking it. To me, that's my party. I won't go out and drink a beer with you guys, but I will invite you to my house and we can write a song together. We can make a video and you can drink the beer while we're doing that. Hell, you know what I call that? Multitasking. I learned that stuff in music. Why, you want to go out and drink a beer and know that it's only going to ruin your liver and you're going to piss it out in the morning and it's going to be gone? Did that really do something for you? I'm not taking away what you guys love to do, but I've got to tell you that every day you get together with people or yourselves, it is an opportunity for you guys to take this technology you so-called love and your dreams about art and getting out to the people and making it realer than you ever did. Why? Because by the time I leave this class, I'm praying and hoping that some of you guys are going to get so energized that by next week, things are going to be different. You have no idea how fast stuff can change. I'm talking about the next day. It's not even funny. This is no hocus pocus, guys. This is the real deal. You know, and it comes from us. And when you believe, it just happens. Because why should anybody believe you if you don't believe it yourself? All these common little analogies that we have all heard our whole life. But what? We ignore them? What do you think? Huh?
Jesus, that's a proud one. What do I think about what you're saying?
Yeah, give me some vibes on this. Break me up. Like, give me a break a second here and start giving me some feedback.
I have to say I agree with you. I've worked with a lot of people who, they see me doing something and they don't think they can do it. It's like, you can. You have to have the desire, then you have to practice. But again, I get caught in the trap of thinking more than doing.
Thinking more than doing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how fast 24 hours passes by, too. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. And guess what, guys? The older you get, the faster time goes by. You won't even believe that shit. Mm-hmm. Time starts doubling on you. All of a sudden, you wake up and you're 50 years old. You're not even going to know what hit you. Please remember, it's not always how complicated it is, but like in music, they always say, less is best. You know what I mean? The root of all ideas needs to start with something that is less, best, and that is actually manageable and organizable in your head and in paper or on a medium that you understand. Once you leave this school, guess what? You're leaving with a bunch of knowledge. Some friends, some ex-friends, and then you're on your own. Back at zero again. It always starts at zero, hence reinventing yourself. I gotta tell you, look really works. People like to see things that are right in place. That's why I love clothes. Put myself in the mood. If I want to play rock, I'll dress like a rocker. If I got to go to a meeting, I'll dress in my suit. Sometimes I go to meetings and I dress up like a hardcore punk and all kinds of stuff in serious business meeting with suited people. They accept it. Why? Because I've built my own myth. I've built my myth that enables me to do what I want and get accepted for it. Why? Because I deliver. Here's the thing, if you guys are going to be a little different, no problem, but you got to deliver. How do you deliver? Proof. Where's the proof? Your content. Where's your content? Is it organized? How many of you people have your content organized here? This is what I want to know. Let's talk about that.